And welcome back, everyone, to another daily devotion. This devotion is being prepared for Wednesday, May 18th of 2022. And I am Pastor Roy Carlin here at Woodlawn Christian Church. We do these devotions Monday through Friday every week. And if you like what you see or hear, perhaps, like and subscribe. We'd love to have you back some more. We're currently working our way through Matthew's Gospel. We've made it to the 13th chapter, and today we've made it to the end of the 13th chapter. Tomorrow, for Thursday, we will start chapter 14. Change a little bit of a different direction in chapter 14 than where we've been at. But here we're ending up chapter 13, and it's this section in the NRSV is entitled The Rejection of Jesus at Nazareth. Okay, so let's look at verses 54 to 58 and see what we can come out of this for ourselves. Okay. He came to his hometown and began to teach the people in their synagogue, so that they were astounded and said, "Where did this man get this wisdom and these deeds of power? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And are not his brothers James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And are not all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all this?" And they took offense at him. But Jesus said to them, "Prophets are not without honor, except in their own hometown and in their own house." And he did not do many deeds of power there because of their unbelief. Okay, a couple of interesting things here. First of all, we've talked a little bit about Jesus' brothers, and here we have four brothers listed. Remember, Judas is here, and Jude, the book of Jude, is the book I believe that Jude wrote, and it may be one of the oldest books in the New Testament, the book of James. We've listed James here, James the Just. And I believe that James is the one that is the real, no, it's not only just what I believe, it's what the Bible says too. He was the one that held court over the Jerusalem Council. He really was the one in charge of the Jerusalem church. And he stayed in the temple right up until he was martyred in 63 AD. But it lists Joseph and Simon as well. So we got James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas. Well, that's interesting. There's at least four brothers and all of his sisters with us. So he, excuse me, he has at least two sisters, or else it would just say isn't his sister here. But all his sisters with us. May have been more than just two. We don't know. It's a pretty good sized family. Jesus definitely has some siblings. So, but the point here is Jesus has come back to his hometown, and he's just not getting the press there, or maybe the respect is a better word for it, that one would think that Jesus would garner, for crying out loud. And there's a reason for that. And it's something that we can use definitely. These verses I think are very apropos for life application. Think about your own life. You go back home, you go back to your own family, you go back to your own hometown, people know you. If you've accomplished anything in life, people will do one of two things. First of all, they'll be jealous of you many times, and this is what they did here. They took offense at him. How does he think he's all that great? He's just comes from this little podunk place, the same place as we do. We haven't accomplished anything. Look at what he's accomplished. For crying out loud, he's the Son of God. And they become jealous, and they become that there's a great deal of offense taken because of that jealousy. They can't see him through the eyes of the world either. They still see him. Not only are they jealous of him, but they still see him as that little boy running around the streets in the marketplace or what have you. And this is the way our family takes us. You have a very difficult time. If you ever notice, if you come from a larger family or even a small family, you get siblings together or even cousins together, and there seems to be that de-evolution back to where you were when you were about 10, 9, something like that, maybe even younger, I don't know. Not much more than a teenager. It seems to be there's still those kinks in the thing still working. Doesn't matter how old you get, and you still have that old angst and anger perhaps sometimes, but that those old wounds that just you don't even think about until you come back together with family. And this is one of the unfortunate things about family or where you grew up. And so sometimes a prophet cannot be, is a prophet are honored everyone except in their own house. Prophets are not without honor except in their own hometown and in their own house. It's a very real phenomenon. We need to remember that, though, and apply that to our own lives, because look what this has cost them, this one-dimensional thinking, this inability to break out of the mold of where they should be, this inability to accept change. And none of us like change, but we all have to accept that we change, others change. Why can't we accept that about them? It can cost us everything. Here it's costing these people salvation itself, because they're not accepting Christ as the Son of God, and therefore they have sealed their own doom because of their jealousy, because of their blinders, because of their inability to embrace the other, to embrace the change in the other, and the status that someone may have that you are envious of, but also that you won't accept just because that wasn't the way it was when you remembered it. Difficult lesson, difficult thing for us to take to heart. We can see that the others should do it, but can we take it into our own heart and do it ourselves? That's tough. Tough for everyone, tough for me as well. All right, and that's what I've got for you. We ended chapter 13, praise be. Come on back tomorrow and we'll start chapter 14. Again, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you back. And if you want to make a kind comment, please make a kind comment. Be nice to me. And if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see us do next, make a comment below. We'd like to, at some point, we'll get through Matthew. It'll be a while yet, though. But we'll get through Matthew at some point. All right. With that, I'm going to let you go. Have a blessed, blessed day. And please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. Take care.